Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the processes which happen from fertilization till birth. Let's start.
What is fertilization? The fusion of the nucleus of a male gamete with the nucleus of a female gamete producing a zygote which then matures into an embryo. The process of fertilization that happens inside the woman's body is called internal fertilization. Before fertilization process, egg is released from the ovary and moves towards the oviduct. Sperm has been ejaculated into the vagina and travels up to the cervix. The egg and sperm meet at the oviduct where the process of fertilization begins. Where does fertilization take place? It takes place in the oviduct. During fertilization process, where it begins in the oviduct, the zygote begins to divide once it's formed. As you can see from the top right, a video showing a process of a zygote dividing through a process known as mitosis. An embryo is formed. It moves down the oviduct, pushed along by peristaltic contractions of the oviduct and the beating of ciliated epithelial cells lining the oviduct. After a few hours, the embryo is a hollow ball of cells.
Implantation of embryo begins. The embryo reaches the uterus wall and sinks into its thin spongy lining, resulting in implantation. The outer cells of the embryo burrow into the uterus, forming the placenta later on. In the first trimester, the arms, legs, brain, spinal cord, and nerves begin to form in the first month of pregnancy, and the heart and lungs start to develop as well. The embryo grows to the size of a kidney bean by the second month. Ankles, wrists, fingers, and eyelids form. Bones appear, and the inner ear and genitals begin to form in the second month as well. From the 8th week of pregnancy till birth, the developing baby is known as a fetus. 8 to 10 of the fetus's main organs would have been formed by the end of the second month. Bones, muscles, fingers, and toes grow, and intestines begin to form in the third month. By the 12th week, the placenta has all the structures it needs to sustain the fetus throughout the pregnancy. The fetus hereby receives the nutrients by diffusion through the placenta. Second trimester. The arms and legs of the fetus can bend, the kidney starts working and can produce urine, and the fetus can also swallow and hear by the 4th month. The fetus is more active in the 5th month of pregnancy, and its movements can be felt by the mother. In the 6th month of pregnancy, hair starts to grow, the eyes open, and the brain starts to rapidly develop, and the lungs are completely formed. In the 3rd trimester, the fetus reacts to sound and light and even stretches and kicks by the 7th month. In the 8th month of pregnancy, bones harden, with the exception of the skull, which remains soft to make delivery easier, and the fetus starts to gain weight very quickly. In the 9th month, the baby positions its head downward in the mother's pelvis, getting ready for birth. The lungs are prepared to function on their own, and the fetus continues gaining weight rapidly.
What is childbirth? It is the process of bringing forth a child from the uterus or womb. Note, in the first stage of labor, women will begin to feel regular contractions, causing the cervix to dilate and soften, shorten and thin, known as effacement. This enables the baby to move into the birth canal. Stage 1. Early labor and active labor. During early labor, the cervix dilates and effaces. As the cervix begins to open, a clear, pink or slightly bloody discharge, known as the mucus plug, that blocks the cervical opening during pregnancy can be seen. How long will it last? Early labor is unpredictable, so average length varies from hours to days. Active labor. During active labor, your cervix will dilate from 6 centimeters to 10 centimeters. Your contractions will become stronger, closer together, and regular. Might experience increasing pressure in the back. How long will it last? Often lasts 4 to 8 hours or more. On average, your cervix will dilate at approximately 1 centimeter per hour. Stage 2. The birth of the baby. During the second stage of labor is when the cervix is fully open. In this part of labor, this is where women help their baby move through their vagina by pushing with their contractions. How long will it last? It can take from a few minutes up to a few hours or more to push the baby. Stage 3. Delivery of the placenta is when the baby is born afterwards. Once the baby is pushed out of the mother's uterus, the umbilical cord, placenta, and amniotic sac are pushed out in the afterbirth. How long will it last? About 5 to 30 minutes, but the process can last as long as an hour.